places are richer in tradition, more steep in nostalgia than this old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy, the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, and the scarlet and gray have this place rocking already. Today, a couple of squads here to square off in a Big 12 showdown. As we'll see, the Florida Gators taking on the 16th ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Gators will kick it away first. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The offense lining up for a first down play. A quick pass to the left. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. They'll put the tight end in motion. Looking for a man. It's Sayin. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And not much going on downfield. You just get rid of it and live to play another down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
A lot of times when that ball's coming out, you can tell the offensive linemen want to get those defensive linemen's hands down. They want to hit them, engage on them. Great job by the defensive end, getting his hands up.
Ball in the air, intercepted. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already gotten the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46.
All right, good news, the game just got started. There's still a lot of football left to play. The bad news is, though, you've already now turned it over and handed the defense an interception. Quarterback's going to have to be more dialed in with his decision-making in this game.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. They'll throw it on first down. Using the quick game. At the 40, there he goes. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
It's really frustrating when you get a guy in his spot. He's in the hole. He's there to do his job. And you can't get the guy on the ground. That's your job. Get him on the ground. You know, especially a guy that's not a huge back. You got to make that tackle. You can't make it easy on the offense when now they got a manageable situation.
Looking for a man. It's Lagway. They're bringing heat. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
All right, defensive ends, you've got to do a better job not getting too far up the field on these pass rush situations. You've got to be able to retrace. You can get to the level of the quarterback, then you've got to slow yourself down under control. It's making it way too easy on this.
And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Gator. Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. looking to move it through the air. Trying to get to it. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. You see a Gator bringing the heat like that, and you think about Derek Harvey, who was the MVP of the national championship game in '06.
And Alex Brown and Javon Kearse, they had a long list of guys that can really make the quarterback's life difficult. You got to put pressure on the quarterback. You got to affect him. Really nice job on this play.
Tackled immediately after the catch.
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react in plays. So this can certainly open things up later on.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. And that ball is picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Florida. What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return.
Man, that could not have gone any worse. You're thinking fourth down, go for it. Well, even if you don't get it, you turn the ball back to their offense. Not that. You throw a pick, and they turn it back all the way for a touchdown and get points. That is a disaster for this offense.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Back to pass, it's Sayin. They're trying to get to it. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And the defense gets a huge play. I'll tell you, they've been wreaking havoc in this one so far. They've got so many athletes up front on this defensive line. It kind of reminds me about the defenses I used to go against in practice back in the late 90s. Guys like Javon Kearse coming off the edge. The freak. It was a nightmare. So hard for our guys to block. We felt like game day was easier than what we faced in practice. And I tell you, this D-line by the Gators, what they got this year, they are special.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got him, and they convert. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down. The Buckeyes racing to the line in the hurry-up. He unleashed a bullet on that pass and converted the fourth down.
Gotta love it. Some people get conservative. Some people don't want to mess up. Fourth down, you could tell. He wanted that window, and he threw it as hard as he could. Throws a strike to the wide receiver. Gets the big fourth down conversion.
To the ground with the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Moving quickly, trying to rattle the D. Wants to fire on 2nd down. He's got the back in the middle. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. A manageable distance on 3rd down as they try to convert from the 20. Gets it out quickly. He stopped almost immediately. He didn't get much, but he didn't need much. They've got the first down. Here's the handoff. Staying physical in the red zone as he's pulled down after picking up 3 balls at the 14. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. coming after it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Back to throw, it's Sayin. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
And I tell you what, when defenses play zone, all eyes are on the quarterback. You have a zone to drop to, but you're setting on the quarterback, reading his eyes. Great job by the defense, understanding the ball was coming out, breaks on the football, goes and makes the...
And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line. And this crowd loves a good pass rusher in the line of Chase Young, the Bosa's, Jim still wagging. The Buckeyes can get after the quarterback.
And when the crowd's going nuts like it does in the shoe, it just makes it easier to rush the pass. So the snap count is silent. It's predictable. And then you pin your ears back. And that's why they've had so many great pass rushers at Ohio State.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
We know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs, but he can catch the ball too. That play, not so much. Got to do a better job reeling it in.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Feeling some heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, this quarterback started taking a couple shots from the pocket. There's another one right there that affected his accuracy on that throw.
The Gators send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
And you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board. But you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense. Very lucky to get that football back.
He fires a bullet to the right. And he throws another interception. His third one of the night. Looking for more room. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Not only did they get the interception, but they're able to get a huge return. Remember, this team practices this all week, right? Once they get the interception, they've got guys turning their heads, and they're looking for blocks. They're looking for people to get a hat on down the field. And with that INT, they now flip it. That could be a big point swing in this game.
That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
He'll keep it himself. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And it's difficult to contain athletic quarterbacks, but man, when everybody plays their assignment, it's a beautiful thing. I understand I got to take away this. I got to keep my eyes on the quarterback, make sure he doesn't pull that football. They weren't fooled, and the quarterback had nowhere to go with it.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Dropping back, it's Lagway. He finds his man. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple first downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleed.
And the Gators trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. He got a little antsy at the line of scrimmage, and they'll move him back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So close to cashing it in for this offense. They'll run the option. Now the toss. And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Quarterback run is part of their game plan. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme away.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Gators! They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And he tacks on the extra point. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point, Dave.
Yeah, nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Chip into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
Now on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Sayin. It's complete to the right.
What's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
And he's down at the 41. That's a 1st down. And the Buckeyes want to crank the tempo.
And 3rd down, they keep it on the ground with their playmaker. They give him the football. They got so much confidence in this guy and their offensive line, and they get the 1st down.
Listen, just to be on the field on 3rd down as a running back means you've got to be versatile, right? You got to be able to catch the ball. You got to be able to block. But if they want to hand it off to you on 3rd down, too, you got to be able to go find a way to keep the drive alive. This dude has all the tools in the toolbox.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Takes the easy completion. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. 3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. From the gun, wants to pass. Dances away. It's complete. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Pulls it and fires to the left. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to answer. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to pass. It's Sayin. Skips away from pressure. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to find another play in the red zone. It'll be 3rd down. This is one of those momentum turning points. If this defense can force a field goal attempt, that is a victory for them. Quarterback will audible. Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look there. 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
It's 4th down, and this offense is going to stay on the field and keep the kicker on the sidelines. Let's it fly. And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Really, really nice football play. Man, I got to understand option football. I got to play my responsibility, make sure that I know what I'm doing. Look at the linebacker. Great job doing that. Staying patient, getting to the quarterback, making the big tackle.
On the option. Oh, and the ball squirts out near their own goal line. And the defense got it. Touchdown, Buckeyes. The defense with the scoop and score. Oh, and he missed it. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, Phyllis, here's a final update on a top 15 clash. Iowa State just wrapped up 4 quarters worth of dominance on its way to a never-in-doubt victory. And that's really the standard there in Ames. That's a tremendous fan base, and they'll enjoy this one all week. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. The Gators headed quickly to the line. Might as well give it to him again. Still on his feet at the 45. Nothing but green ahead. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Florida. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible because he'll make it happen.
They'll try to add another to their lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. Bringing it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know that.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. To the air, it's Sayin. Throws to the wideout. Boy, did that one have revolutions on it, but it's incomplete.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Finds his man. It's Graham. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. They want to get the ball back right now, lining up for an onside kick to start the second half. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The offense starts with a short field. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half. Some belief in that running game as they pick up 5 to the 35-yard line. The defense calls the timeout, their second of the day, as they try to get their act together. To the air, it's Glagway. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. 3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Getting some heat. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
On that RPO, the QB is just trying to keep it himself and see if he can get the first down, but nothing doing. He wasn't able to spring free, just too much speed defensively, and now it sets up 4th down.
On 4th and 9, the offense will stay on the field. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking to the big tight end. Makes the grab. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is, too. Where is he trying to...
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Gator! And the pummeling has started. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape. So the offense definitely taking care of their business.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Quarterback checking off. To the air on first down. Trying to escape and get it himself. For the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. First down here for the offense. Gonna run it. It's Daniels. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They'll decline that penalty. Obviously very happy with the results of the play. Line getting set on second down. To the air. It's Glagway. Now sliding to his left. He just got rid of that one to save the down. Didn't see anything he liked.
Man, this QB is so dangerous. He can get outside the pocket, and right here you can tell he gets outside the pocket. Now I got to make some decisions, man. Do I want to go chase this guy? Do I play coverage? And that's why these mobile quarterbacks can really put you in a predicament. The defense won this battle, but that guy...
Can anyone catch him? And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. The Gators have it with a 1st and 10. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. Each play has a life and history of its own. And you want to talk about two opposite plays. Offense grabs momentum, defense takes it back.
And the game's always like that, isn't it?
He wants to take the top off. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Takes it the other way. Smashes through the tackle. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, he started rolling to his right, and because of that, it allowed the defender some time to close the distance between himself and the intended target, and his speed got him to the point, and he was able to come away with the pick.
Just gets rid of the football, nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. Steps away. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Nice job to pick up the 1st down, and they'll spot it at the 42. The Buckeyes will hustle to the line.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
They want to get this defense on its heels.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job.
Oh, look out. There he goes. Touchdown, Ohio State. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
Still down big here in the 3rd quarter, but if you can recover this onside kick, you might get back in the game. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
Yeah, and a great job by the receiving team. When you see the football kick, man, you got to be smart how fast it's coming, if I'm ready to catch it, if it needs to go to the next wave. Nice job being organized, seeing it, and executing well.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Now it's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw, it's Lagway. Pocket starts to collapse. And he'll just get rid of that one.
Things just not going as easy for this guy as they did his last game out. Last time he completed over 70% of his throws. This week, though, defense taking some throws away. They've made some plays. He just hasn't been quite spot on with his...
Touchdown, Florida! And the punishment has been extended. Getting set for the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled, you realize what's going on. Now, I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. The Buckeyes moving quickly to the line. He'll come out throwing on first down. Back open in the middle. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. They'll try to snap it quickly.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receiver. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
They want to just keep throwing it. Bought a little time, lets it go. Wide open downfield. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give them a first down. Leaves it with the back. Smashes through. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Back to pass, it's Sayin. The sweet feet buy a little time. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
When you get that quarterback and he starts to leak outside the pocket like that and roll, you roll with him. Those linebackers are supposed to move and shift with them, start to take away the field towards the sideline, because think about it. He's not going to throw back across his body. The defense read it well, moved with the rollout, made the big play. And obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead. And now, when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play this offense, man, they're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed, so much skill. At running back, receiver, tight end, quarterback making good decisions. It is so tough trying to stop them and prevent explosive plays.
First down to start the drive after the break. They'll give it to him again. At midfield, he's got room. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
Yeah, and this offense has had their way with this defense, and they've had a lot of success. And I tell you what, if this defense wants any chance of coming back, they better get physical and stop the run, because right now, this offense is having their way.
Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. And the Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They think there's room to run to the right here. Got some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Gators! And the beatdown has ensued. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
He'll try to do it himself. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Got his man quickly.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
On fourth down, going to the air. Throws for the tight end. Makes the grab, and he's got the first. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. And the Buckeyes are in the hurry-up.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
He'll get rid of it. Finds a man by himself. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. The Buckeyes are rolling down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. The Buckeyes line it up with a first and goal. To the air, it's Sayin. Got it set up on the outside. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. Here comes the two-point try. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. And they'll try to tack on two. He's looking to pass. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover. The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Takes a hit as he fires. It's caught. And he'll be smacked to the ground. Ball at the 31, third and short, coming defense trying to rise up. They want that clock to run. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets them a first at the 29. The Gators come to the line with a new set of downs. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Inside the 30 at the 29, it's a first down. Gets it out fast. And the runner is down, and so is the flag. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Line gets set, first down. Little touch pass to the receiver. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting them to throw it way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, and catch me off guard is relative. That's what you would say, the offensive player. I would say, listen, we're playing a little bit deeper because we're not going to give up the first down. We react to the short stuff, and obviously that's a quick, easy pass from the offense. Rally up, make the play, live to fight another down.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. How about that alert play from the defense to corral that fumble? Past the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Buckeyes. The defense takes matters into their own hands. You want something to be able to feel positive about after this game, and maybe that late touchdown will do it.
And Reese, I'm positive that stat counts on my stat line. Keep playing. Keep piling up those stats. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Makes the grab right along the sideline for the two-point conversion. The scoop and score. What a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. And in that scramble, they're going to come out of there with the football, and they get the onside kick and take possession right back. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll start this drive with a pass. Pressure coming. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Dropping back, it's Sayin. They're bringing heat. Starting to feel a little pressure. Got him downfield. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. They make the stop, but that's going to do it here as time has expired, and that'll just serve to pad the stats. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence in it.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. And then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last two games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and do that. Very, very impressive.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.